Okay, so let's move on to Dragon Ball Fighters. I can't remember if I've talked about this on the podcast. I think I have. I think I did last one. No, actually, I think I talked about it a little bit in my Blaze Blue when I talked about like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle being announced. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so we got some new announcements for Dragon Ball Fighters that I wanted to touch upon. First of all, we got the Androids trailer, which had Androids 16 and 18. Now 18 plays with 17, and um, there's a lot of people who I can tell have never really played like an Axis or Arc System Works rather style fighting game. Because I saw a lot of people being like, "What is like Android 17 a support?" To me, from what I saw from this trailer, it looked more like Android 17 was not as well. I mean, he is supporting you, but like so in Blaze Blue, for example, you have a character like Carl, and if you haven't played Blaze Blue, just bear with me, it'll come full circle. And Carl is this little boy, right? Well, he doesn't do all the fighting. You can punch and kick with Carl, but as you're doing that, your robot you can also control by like holding the A button. So what does this have to do with Android 17 and 18? Well, I don't think that you are going to necessarily control Android 17. That could be the case. It's hard to tell from the trailer. It doesn't look like that's the case for me. It looks like, for example, like with a 5-hit combo, like you're punching as Android 18, right? You press X 4 times, and then maybe the 5th time you press X, it's Android 17 who punches. So it's really more of just the animation that the game does than it is like you're actually playing as or he's a support character. Because to me, a support character is like, oh, if you have this guy fight with you, every now and then you can press RB and he'll use his super attack. That's not really what this is. I think that's what a lot of people were confused with. It looks to me more like it's gonna play like you do the combos and Android 18 is just a part, or Android 17 is just a part of those combos. Android 18 is just your main person. You can kind of see that the way that 17's in the background for a lot of the fighting. Android 16 though, that was interesting. I wasn't really expecting. I figured like 18 would be a fighter because you know she's technically like a Z fighter now. Android 16, I didn't really see that. That's actually cool though. I don't know. I wonder how many honestly, like I wonder how many fighters they can stuff in this before it becomes unbalanced and they have to. Now Arc System is a top-notch fighting company. There's not very many fighting games that are as balanced as Blaze Blue, people, but the more and more fighters you add, harder it becomes to balance. So I just wonder like at what point they're going to be like, "No, if this is going to be a legitimate fighter, we can't have 50 characters." But they could always like ban, you know, maybe it just won't be their most balanced game. If you look at like Tekken or Tekken like Tag 2, and if they had tournaments for that, that game had so many characters. You know, not all of them were playable in tournaments because there's so fucking many of them. So they could do it like that. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of characters announced right now. Part of this I was going to say is they also announced Crillon and Piccolo, who I think most people knew about. I don't know if that was a leak or not, but that was a while back when people found out about that. I think it's because they found out they were in the beta. So, but to go with that, speaking of collector's editions, Dragon Ball FighterZ, I got a collector's edition announced. Actually, we'll get to that in a minute. First though, so just yesterday, once again, as recording this video, so that would have been August 25th. Although they revealed them in the Androids trailer, we also got a separate trailer for Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. I'll never get used to those names. And I'm looking up the Dragon Ball FighterZ Special Edition on my phone because I also pre-ordered that. How could I not? That one looks awesome too. So, yeah, we got a trailer for them too. I'm not going to say much about it. It was just kind of showing off their fighting moves and stuff. But I did want to just bring that up for anybody who might have thought I hadn't seen it yet or whatever. So, although there is one thing. At the end of both trailers, it says you get 2 early unlock characters, which is the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Jesus Christ. And it also says you get 2 exclusive lobby avatars. Now, for anybody who hasn't played the Arc System fighting games, I haven't, like I said, Guilty Gear, I don't know, but specifically for BlazBlue and like Persona 4, Arena Ultimax, and well, for now we'll just leave it at that. When you're in the social fighting lobbies, you can go in these little areas where you can like customize your little house and stuff. Like you're walking around as like pixel versions of the characters. I'll try to put this in Dragon Ball for people who don't play BlazBlue or don't know it, or Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Basically, picture this. So, like, there's going to be a bunch of servers, right? And, like, this server will be like, oh, this server's Master Roshi's house. This server is, Namek, maybe. And you get your own little, do you get your own little house? I think you can customize, like, a little house and people can come into it. I can't remember. Like, I think people can join your room. I think you have your own rooms or whatever. And so basically, but let's say you go to the Master Roshi's Island server. I would assume that it's going to be the same like as in BlazBlue. That's assuming all of this. Like if you're in the Master Roshi's Island server, there's like all these little arcade things everywhere and they just say Dragon Ball FighterZ. And you can walk up to one and press A, and like once you press A, your little character, you get to pick your characters, so maybe like Goku, Vegeta, whatever, goes up to the machine, and then if somebody else walks to the other side of the machine and presses A, you actually go into and fight, just like a fighting game, the fighting game mode. So the 2 exclusive lobby avatars, for anybody who might have been wondering about that, because a lot of people are just getting into Arc because this Dragon Ball game was announced. This is huge for Arc System Works. The lobby avatars, that's what those are. So you probably get Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, for example, as a lobby avatar to walk around the server. So that's what those are. But anyways, let's move on to this special edition here. So I didn't plan on talking about 2 special editions in one podcast. It just kind of happened that way. But first of all, the Steelbook looks badass. I'm a huge fan of Steelbooks. I'm a sucker for them because I know companies are like, here's this Steelbook, and most people are like, whatever, I don't care, just give me the case. I actually am. I'm a sucker. I'll admit that for Steelbooks. It's got like Goku and Vegeta, Super Saiyan on one side with Teen Gohan, and then looks like on the front it has the logo along with Majin Buu, Cell, and Frieza. It looks like hell's breaking loose. It's awesome. I like how the background's purple. Collector's Edition comes in the giant collector's box, of course, because seems like they always do that. And then the main attraction, at least I personally think so, is a 7-inch Goku statue, and he's animated. It says manga dimension coloring. To me, it's just saying he's animated, or the statue is in the style of the animation of this game. He looks amazing. It looks really good, guys and gals. And it looks like it's gonna have the logo on the front, like the logo for the game. I mean, it looks incredible. I'll put a picture when I post this video solo. I'm gonna use the collector's edition as the picture for the video, so you'll probably already know what I'm talking about before you even get to this part, but I want to mention it anyway. And then it says 3 artboards. They look like, I would assume these are just like some drawings or whatever that they did, maybe like concept art before the game came out, and we only have one right now of Android 17 and 18. I'm gonna assume that one of the others is probably a Goku one, and then I don't know what the other one could be, so they're blocked out right now. I don't know why they did that. There's only 3. Probably if they had one of these for every fighter in the game, I would say like this is a really good collector's edition, or maybe even great. Yeah, we'll say that. I would say it's a great one. But because there's only 3 artboards, I'm gonna say, and this is $150, which is really pricey. Oh shit, it looks like it's sold out on the Xbox One too. Oh shit. Is it on the PlayStation? Oh, wow. It might have sold out already. Wow. At least for now. Uh it wasn't sold out the other day. But anyways, yeah, if they had included like one of those for all the fighters in the game, I'd be more inclined to be like, this is this is a great collector's edition, almost perfect. I always like the soundtrack, so I like it when they put those in collector's editions. But no soundtrack for this one. Not that it doesn't look like it, at least. So, yeah, that's the only gripe. Like, I love art things. I love it when they put art things in collector's editions. Like I said, Yakuza had is having their art books. Some of them are really good. Some of them are shit. Dark Souls 1's the art was really nice, but the actual booklet it came with was shit. It fell apart. BlazBlue Central Fictions was awesome, although it's kind of softcore porny. Excuse me. It's really good. Regardless, that's just how BlazBlue is, though, with fan service, you know. So, yeah, it doesn't have an art book. It has these art boards. That's what they're called. There's probably like these little like 7x10 cards or something like that. But it looks really nice. I just wish there was more of them, and we'll see what they are. But